Not sure. It certainly gives us more options, but not sure on the final 11. Just looking at that wicket now, it's still 24 hours away from the game, so it looks pretty sporting at the moment, but a lot can change in that 24 hours. So he comes into the equation for sure. He's a world-class bowler and did a good job for us last year, so he gives us something to think about. Not playing tomorrow, but certainly improving, and as I've said all along, just haven't put a time frame on it. It's still not even 2 weeks since I did the injuries and but progressing well. Yeah, I've been very impressed with what he's done. He's led well. He's been keen to get in and lead the team, so that's been great. I've worked closely with him, and we continue to talk things through even throughout the match. I think he's done a great job, and as you say, some wins and a couple of near misses. So I certainly don't see anything negative in what he's done so far. Well, at the moment, it looks like it's going to be a bit of a different wicket to what we played in Mohali. Was a reasonably slow wicket, and their bowlers, I think, adjusted well to that. So we'll have to see what conditions present themselves tomorrow, but I'd suspect that the ball's going to carry through a little bit more and have a bit of bounce there. So we'll try to factor that into the way we play. Tried to factor, I think, the practice wickets, as is not often the case around any ground around the world, were very similar to what I think the centre will be. So that's been terrific to have that quality of practice in what I think will be very much like the match conditions. So that's credit to the ground staff here. But they're star-studded lineup. They've got big names, whether it's with bat or ball. So we're very aware of that, and hopefully we've learnt from little areas where we erred up in Mohali. We weren't far off the mark. We took them down to within 3 balls. So there was plenty of positive signs there as well. He won't be playing tomorrow, no. But look, he's we saw that the skills that he has. We're all on display last year, and he had a wonderful tournament. But unfortunately, it didn't start that way this year for him, and we gave him 5 games, and he himself, knew that he hadn't got the results. He had a niggling little wrist injury that has needed some maintenance. So he's still in our mindset, but he's like everyone else who's not in the team, working hard to try and get back into the team. Oh, certainly. I think he's a guy that enjoys the sort of carefree approach that you're able to have in 2020 cricket. I guess freedom is the word that everyone talks about, playing with freedom, and almost a lack of accountability, isn't there, in 2020 cricket? If you get knocked over first ball, it's not a horror story, whereas in Test match it's a long wait till your next bat. But no, he's a class act. I do think he's a world-class player in all forms. He's got some things that he needs to work on, and that he is totally aware of to enable him to get back to the national team. And there's no secrets that he had some technical issues through the summer, and he's keen to work on that. But for the moment, I think he's, as I say, he's enjoying the more relaxed atmosphere that is 2020 cricket, while still being very committed to doing well. Yeah, well, I mean, it's a tough little sequence of games. When you look at the draw at the start of the tournament, you say, back to back against Mumbai, then go to Chennai, and then play RCB, and we may have even had RCB just prior to the Mumbai one. So that's, the sort of the champions, or the teams that have been featuring in the finals of all competitions that they've played in. So we're thrilled to know that we not only can perform up to their standard, but can take points off them. That's a nice reinforcement to the team that we've got those capabilities. And the pleasing factor is, even if we've lost games, I haven't seen the boys, be totally deflated or feel like, no, there's no way we can beat that team. They're very sure that, provided we look after ourselves and do what we're capable of, we're mixing it with them. So that's been pleasing. There's not been anyone drop their head too much, and that's the challenge in this tournament, because you can get on a run of victories and you can easily get on a slide of losses too, and that's how you try to hold that middle ground somewhere in between. That's the key. There's one obvious one that walks out and opens the batting, but I really believe there's any number of batsmen that could take a game away from you, and Virat, I think, is on course to be one of the best players in the world in all forms of cricket, and he hasn't, I'm sure, in his mind, achieved the results that he's looking for in the IPL this edition, so he'll be very keen, no doubt. But yeah, just look down that batting lineup, there's any number of guys that can hurt you, and there's some very, very skillful world-class bowlers in there as well. So yeah, they stack up very well on paper. In fact, we chose not to look at footage of them in our team meeting because it was turning into a bit of a horror story.